Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 16 of my look at jungle adventures. And if you are returning, welcome back. And in this part, we are starting at home, but they are going to be going back to Salvadorada. But our Kaden just entered a bear stage, just as I was thinking of getting them to go. But I think I might keep them home until it's Saturday at 1 a.m. and I think I might keep them home till it's daylight at least, and then take them out to Salvadorada. But in the meantime, I'm going to have Joel talk to, let's go into parenting, and we're going to ask about phase, which he'll just say, if you wear the costume with me, that'll help me, and I'm a bear, I want to wear it. I've gone through this many times. I just went through it in my Abandoned Kids challenge. And then we're going to wear the bear costume with him. And then when we have the bear costume on, he's even matching colors. They don't always match colors. We're going to talk about the bear costume. And why don't we, since Chloe came over here, we're going to do the same with him and hope that having more people wear the bear costume will help, and hopefully that doesn't. Oh, and she's a slob, so her clothes always go underneath her. So we're going to do the same thing. See, can we talk about the bear costume? We can. Is that? I think Cody got a bit dirty there, and I had Mason. He got playful from warm clothes, so I think I'm going to have them. So not clubs, parenting. I'm gonna wear the bear costume again. There, she's in yellow too. I have the walls up. That's why that happened. And then we will have. Is he gonna be yellow? No, he's red. He's being different. Wear the bear costume with Kaden. So we're all wearing bear costumes with you, Kaden. So hopefully that will help you get over this quickly, because we're not gonna do this when we get to Salvadorada. So we have a few hours to wear bear costumes. You can continue to wear it in Salvadorada, that's fine, but we're not going to do that. So Mason and all of these Sims are from my RTC the Parenthood years Let's Play. We're going to have him search pockets on the, and then we're going to take it to the hamper. And I had noticed that we have a clothesline outside and it was broken, and I had the opportunity or the ability. He's dirty. Are you sick or are you just dirty? Because you look a little bit sad. Why don't we cheer up? It's not saying to take to the vet, so I'm assuming he's just sick. So he's not sick, that he's just maybe needs some attention. And he needs a lot of attention, I have to say, because he was playing with him earlier. He got a sore back from playing with him. And get to know, and then we are going to give a bath, because we wanted to give you a bath because you're filthy and we'd like you to be clean before we go on vacation. Because we'll probably take you. Yeah, I'm a bear. There's nothing you can do to change that. Well, I guess you should talk to me about the bear costume. Maybe you could dress as a bear as well. So we're all dressing as bears right now. So while you're doing that, why don't you come over here and work on your movement aspiration, because he needs to earn a high score on the typing game. And though the place that we're going to go to actually does have a computer, because I'm going to rent the same place. They always go back to the same location, and it's one that I had edited. So I'm going to let them just finish doing their own thing over the night. And I'll be back in the morning when they're in Salvadorada. But I just thought I'd share the whole bear phase, at least for now. I expect he'll probably be in the bear phase when we get to Salvadorada, but I don't know that we'll be wearing bear costumes unless we have bears go exploring in Salvadorada. But I'll be back. Well, they've made it to Salvadorada, and when they got here, they were still all in their bear costumes, but I had Kaden, use the monkey bars because I had them here, and he needed to do that to finish his motor aspiration, so he's completed that. He's now switched over to his last aspiration, which is friend of whatever the social aspiration, social butterfly. And he was dirty, so I had him have a shower, and I noticed when he got out, he's not in his bear costume, and he also doesn't seem to be sad. So if I look here, the bear phase seems to be over. So having all 3 of them wear bear costumes and talk to them maybe helped, or else just going on vacation stopped it. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I actually, in my Abandoned Kids challenge, they were on vacation and came back from vacation, and I think he still was in the bear phase after coming back. So I don't know that the traveling between the locations does it, but of course that was the opposite way, where they were going home versus going on vacation. But my guess is it was actually them wearing, all 3 of them wearing it helped, and talking to him that sped it up, because I do notice that can speed things up in general. They're all a little bit hungry, but we want to go exploring. So we are going to take them to the cantina to have a brief stop, to also rally the troops to help their needs. I have had them all wash up because I needed to do that. And I think the rest of their needs are pretty good, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look. Well, his social's not that great, Kaden, I'm saying here. But we'll bring, for now, we're going to bring Kaden and Cody with us, and we can always send them back to the lodging as, you know, the day goes by, and they perhaps need to go back on their own and not stay with us. So I'm going to take them to the cantina. I'll be back momentarily. So we're here, and I started the club, of course. I'm going to have them rally the troops to get their needs up. It took me a little longer to get here than I was thinking, because I noticed as I went to go travel that both Mason and Joel were still actually having their showers, so that we couldn't actually leave quite yet. So I didn't quite max out their hunger, I see. So let's keep going. Let's try that one more time, because I'd like to get it max. So, because of course once we go start traveling, we won't be traveling. Once we go start exploring, we won't be able to do that. So let's see, what does she have available for sale? Is there anything we need? Let's take a look at Kaden, because he may need it. Because he's just maxed his mental skill. He does not have logic. Or if he has logic, which I don't think he does, no. Because he just maxed it. He just finished that aspiration and just maxed it. So we need to get him some spider repellent if he gets attacked by spiders. And we'll get him some grilled cheese ready to eat. Let's take a look. He doesn't have very many of those, so that'll help keep him going a little bit longer. And does he have one of these dolls in his inventory? He may as well get a doll. Except for he can't, because his queue is full. He's got waterfalls in a bottle. He actually does have quite a few spider repellents, so he didn't need a spider repellent. But what he needs, no, he has some bat traps, so that's good. And he has 1 flower, so that's useful too for him. So hopefully he'll do okay, since he doesn't have a lot of the things. I think that's the main things you need when you're doing your exploring if you don't have the skills. This is more spider repellent, and we obviously have plenty of that for him because he has 10. So I would think that would be enough. So I'm going to have him purchase some more of those grilled cheese ready to eat, because I don't find they fill them up. I was thinking that the waterfalls in a bottle like clean them completely, but I have noticed that they don't actually clean them completely. Did someone grab your cone? He brought this cone with him, because if you look at it, let me pause because he's moving it too much, I can't see. This was created by Joel Wakefield, and little Kaden had grabbed that out of the fridge before he came. I didn't realize he'd stuck it down, and someone else took it for him. Poor kid. So I think their needs are pretty good. Let's take a look. I also have purchased Kaden he needs some social. So why don't we just work on this part where he needs to meet some Sims before we head out, so that I have got him incredibly friendly, and steel bladder is what I've got him. He might like to meet this alien. Since he's an alien, it might be nice for him to know some aliens. Of course, he can just get his social up with Cody, which I had mentioned before. But I figured since we were here, why not? They've got their tea. Joel has some yerba mate, which is the local tea drink here. And the other thing that happened during the week while they were sort of working and doing their thing is that Chloe completed her archaeology aspiration, and she also reached level 10 of the painting career. I think she may have been at level 8, so she managed to get to level 10, so that's good. So they're both at the top of their careers. So she has very little vacation time because she used a lot of it traveling, and she had started work later, so she didn't have as much to start with, whereas Mason still has quite a lot of vacation time. Is he? Oh no, he's very playful. Okay, well, I'm going to get him to calm down. before we go exploring, because we don't have a mirror to calm down with in the jungle. So once he's calmed down, we will go to the jungle. Hopefully that doesn't take too long, and I will be back with that. So they finally made it over here to the trailhead. So one of the main things I'm working on for Joel is the Jungle Explorer, and he still has to activate a mystical relic 4 more times. We had the, unfortunate one with the not so good one at the beginning, and I'm going to try having him, I don't know what bases he has, but he has 4 Balampasol relics, so I'm going to see and fuse with to see what I have. So we have a Chaos relic base, and my understanding is that gives you a blessing of new relationships, and depending on if you have a common, uncommon, or rare crystal that's been refined in it, you can make 1 friend, 2 friends, or 4 new friends, respectively. The Death relic, and that says right there that it's blessings of new relationships. And now the 2 that are undiscovered for us is the Death relic base and the Watcher relic base. But I do happen to know that I have a golden Balampasol, or however you pronounce it, with the Watcher already created, so I'm not going to use the Watcher relic base. I'm going to use the Death relic base with this. So let's get him to put that together. And during the week, the other thing I did is I had Joel refine some crystals with some help from Mason's cloning machine. I had him refine some and then clone some, so we have some extra spares. I have Chloe over there clearing the path with her hands, because she did get her guarding up to 9, so she should be able to do that. So we in Mason's inventory have 2 refined rare crystals, the refined jonquilist, and it looks like they kind of double their value once you refine them. So to be fair, this is easier when you have a scientist with a cloning machine, because as long as you get 1 rare crystal, you can clone it. Occasionally they don't work out. I can maybe show you that in action, but right now we're not going to. I'm going to take the Balampasol Death Relic. I'm going to insert 1 of those rare crystals, and let's go. Let's see what happens. Well, all will happen is it will be assembled, and then we're going to use it, and then we'll see what happens. So we're going to undiscovered, it says, so we're going to activate on self. I think the golden ones are less likely to break. This isn't golden, unfortunately, so this is so let's see what happens. Oh, why is he uncomfortable? Oh, it's dirty. Oh, and just before we get to see what happens, we get a pop-up from Chloe, because she has an abandoned campsite as her opportunity, and she's blazing a trail through the thick jungle when she stumbles upon a campsite. It's a pretty remote location. She doesn't see anybody nearby, but she's not sure if it's actually been abandoned. Should she take a look around? She can avoid the campsite, which I don't usually like to do. Quietly look around. Okay, there is one that you need a fitness skill. She's level 7, almost level 8, so I'm not sure. Hopefully she'll work out with that level of fitness. And she could have armed herself with insulation powder, but she doesn't happen to have any of that. I don't know that I've actually noticed this particular one, or if I have, it's been a while since I've had it. So we're going to quietly look around, and fingers crossed that her fitness, I had taken a look at all her skill levels before she went in, so that's why I kind of know where they are, because most of them are 8 or higher, but this was the one I noticed wasn't quite there. Quietly look around. Chloe sneakily peeks around the campsite. It looks pretty abandoned, and she doesn't see anyone around. She spots an artifact lying on the ground and decides to take it with her. On her way out, a wild-eyed sim jumps at Chloe and chases her for a while as she serpentines through the jungle. Okay. I'm gonna pause it, because I'm curious on Chloe. She is happy +2 from finding an abandoned artifact. So can we see? Oh, there I'm guessing it's this unauthenticated knife, which she'll need to authenticate. So I didn't bother clearing out their inventory before they came, so it's very, very full. So let's go back, check in again with Mason. I wonder what is dirty, though. I don't really know what's dirty around here. Let's hit, and let's see what's happening. He is now a skeleton. So sometimes I notice that when I travel to other lots that this seems to disappear. Now, from what my reading is, that if you use a rare crystal, the blessing should last for 2 days. Really? And this says 4 days. So I'm not sure. Oh, no. You get it for 12 hours for the common. You get it a full day for uncommon, and it says it's extended 2 days, so that would be 3, but this is saying 4, so I guess we'll see whether this sticks, for one thing. So he's activated a mystical relic, but I'm guessing that he wouldn't be able to activate another relic while he's a skeleton, so that might delay unless he turns back, because sometimes I find they don't stay the skeleton as long as it says it's going to, but we know here that it says it's 4 days, so we will see. So why don't you, since everybody's uncomfortable, why don't you throw that away? And why don't you can't really work on any of your aspirations right now, so we're going to leave you here. You were supposed to be doing some training with, oh, he fell asleep. Maybe that's why that didn't work. So there we go. There's our second activation of a relic. And it seems to be, I would say that's positive because it means he won't have to worry about his needs, apart from, I think, social is one that still is something that they need to worry about. But we'll find out as long as he stays in this form for a while. And Joel also needs to, on his aspiration, he needs to open the treasure chest. So we're going to try and get in there to the temple and open the treasure chest. And he needs to activate a relic 5 times himself. And he has even more in his inventory in terms of the crystals, because he was the one who was doing all the replicating and creating. So I'm pretty sure I put more. I thought I put more in his inventory. Here I'm saying he has it, but he has so much in his inventory, it's kind of hard to see. There we go. He has 6 of those rare gems. So he does have more. I don't know where his relics are, mind you, so because it would be good if he had that one too. To be honest, it'd be good if all 3 of them had it. I kind of think, I'm curious whether, so he has 1 Balampasol relic. Let's see if he has a death. He doesn't have a death base, so I think I'm going to leave that for now because I would really like to have a death base. So he needs to do some digging and hopefully find a death base. Speaking of death bases, let's find a relic in Chloe's inventory and see. I don't care which relic it is because I'm not actually going to do it, but it happens that we're getting a Balampasol, and she only has the Watcher, which of course we bought and also have found. So they need to do some digging to find more bases is what they need to do, as well as all the other things. So we're just going to leave it for now, and we are going to start going through. Chloe is here. She got her relic. We're going to take her. Let's see, is this one open? This is open. So this is the one that takes you to the plane. Right off of here, that takes you to the plane. And we're not going to do that right now because right now we want to really just go over to the temple. And speaking of digging, why don't they come here and do some excavating once they're finished with those things. And they can be there together even though they'll get flirty from the falls. It's their father, son, it won't make any difference. And we're going to have Chloe continue through here. We're going to have her clear the path with her hands again. So here it is. Mason has been blessed by becoming a skeleton. This will last a long time. At least he now knows some seriously humorous skeleton jokes. Oh, that's interesting. We'll have to see whether if we go into him in his talking, whether or not we see any special, any new jokes come out. And so there, I had Kaden, I actually placed a chess table. Let me zoom in on Kaden. I placed a chess table on the lot so that he could work on his logic while he was here, which was a good thing given that the dog fell asleep. And the reason I have the dog with me is because I find if you leave the pets on their own, or the dogs on their own for any length of time, whenever you come back, they're filthy. So he is here. Of course, Joel will take a little longer because I had given him some things to do before he was going to get here. So let's see how quickly he gets here, because I wanted to try and see if I could do Mason's interaction with the joke with him. Let's see if there's any new jokes because of that little pop-up what they said. So let me go here. We can gush about our partner. So let's look at funny. And there's more choices. tell joke about skeletons. And now I'm going to have to look and see whether that's something that's usually there. Because I'm not sure. It's not something I really pay attention to. So, Chloe, are you almost done? So they're going to dig, and I'll be back when Chloe gets her pop-up. Well, we got the same pop-up as before, the abandoned campsite message. So we're going to quietly look around again, and let's hopefully we get the same. Oh, no, this is not quite the same. So having 7 is sort of like hit or miss. She tries to stealthily look around the campsite, but accidentally trips over a log and lands with a giant crash. A wild-eye sim emerges from the jungle and chases Chloe deeper into the jungle. She eventually loses a pursuer in the thick jungle, but she's left pretty shaken up by the encounter. So I would say 7, even though it's close to 8, is obviously not guaranteed to get the right. Once you max them, I find it's always positive. But she's not quite there. Even 8, I find, is usually pretty good. So she didn't get there. And I'm going to just, let's check in with poor Chloe and see. Oh, and she looks like she's about to be attacked. She's tense, +1, chased from the jungle from being chased. A strange encounter with a wild sim in the jungle leaves one's heart pounding. So if she had the carefree trait, she wouldn't be tense. But she does not have the carefree trait. Oh, we got some more attacks. So once you're finished with that, why don't you keep excavating? Because, you know, you're maxed your So you got that. Now, just quickly before we end this part, I am going to... Why is there a mess there? I'm thinking that's from Kaden from last time, and it didn't get cleaned up. So you can come clean that up. So we're just through here, and... Let's see. I'm just curious what's open. So this one's open. And I think that takes you maybe to the bass, but I'm not sure. This one is closed. I'm not sure now, actually. I think that takes you to one of the fishing spots, but not the one that I like the absolute most. There's the temple. And I'm thinking that this is probably going to be closed too, which is my favorite one. For some reason, it is closed. That's too bad. That's my favorite one. So we're going to have... we're going to leave it here, actually. Oh, I know why it's probably not working, because I'm on Kaden and he can't really do any of the things anyways. Chloe. So we're going to leave it here, and next time we're going to start right here where they're about to enter the temple. And hopefully she doesn't get that same one again, since she hasn't maxed her fitness skill, or obviously gotten high enough with her fitness skill to have it always be positive. But that's it for this part. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!